Look at this. Chicago police dropping a sweet $10,000 reward for info about some migrants who got caught up at a house party. Yeah, you heard that right. A house party. As if the city's still stuck in the 90s where people are acting like house parties are some obscure concept. But hey, these folks are fresh off the boat, so I guess they missed the memo. You mix random strangers, questionable weed, bargain bin liquor, sketchy pills, and a bunch of people just trying to have a good time, and shock of the century, things can go south real quick. Who could have predicted that? So, this little shindig turned into a complete disaster, with 8 people shot, 4 men, 4 women, and 3 of the men losing their lives. The cops are out here trying to put the pieces together, looking for answers about how it all went down. Was it the house party energy? The mix of, let's say, interesting substances? Nah, just another Saturday night in Chicago. And the best part? This whole mess wasn't confined to the house. It spilled over inside and outside. Because, of course, why would you limit the chaos to just one place? But sure, tossing out $10,000 is definitely the move. That's how you know they're really serious about solving this case. Let's just hope that cash prize helps them find some real answers. Or maybe just attracts a few folks hoping to pocket some cash. You know, just another day in the Windy City. And nothing says, good time, like a Venezuelan gang war breaking out at a house party. Yep, the police are tossing out their theory that this whole mess boils down to Venezuelans beefing with, wait for it, other Venezuelans. No black-on-black crime this time, folks. Just a whole lot of migrant drama playing out in true Chicago style. You can tell they're pretty confident about this theory, but not that confident. Because, hey, who needs all the details, right? But let's be real, this wasn't some low-key gathering. Nah, this was one of those next-level parties where they even had a famous Venezuelan DJ on the ones and twos while the crowd was really getting their groove on. Dancing, vibing, doing the absolute most. And then boom, a dispute breaks out. And someone thought the best way to settle it was to turn the place into a live-action movie scene with a full-on shootout. And just so we're clear, this wasn't a couple of shots fired and done. Nah, they let loose for a solid 30 seconds, bullets flying, like the cops were just background noise. Real chill, right? Nothing screams peaceful gathering, like an impromptu shootout in the middle of a house party. Of course, the mass shooting went viral, because when you decide to open fire at a house party in Chicago, that's exactly what happens. 8 people shot, 3 of them dead, and the cops are out here scratching their heads like, well, most of the folks probably just wanted to have a good time. You know? Just dancing, having fun. Yeah, but instead, they ended up as collateral damage in a gang war they probably didn't even know existed. Classic Chicago. And hey, gang wars here aren't just a black-on-black issue anymore. Nope, it's evolved. Now we've got migrants stepping up to the plate. Because, you know, you can't have tens of thousands of people flooding into a city without someone thinking it's time to mix in a little violence. Classic city vibes, right? Chicago, where a house party is practically a death wish and following the rules is optional. So, let's talk numbers. Tens of thousands of migrants coming into the city, right? And now, instead of just 2 people claiming a block, you've got a whole squad of 15 deep on every corner. It's like playing Monopoly, but with fewer ghost squares and way more bullets. Oh, and the kids? Yeah, that 60-person crowd you're talking about, that's going to turn into an army of little ones, all running the place in 10 years. Fantastic, right? Just what Chicago needs. More people thinking they own a slice of the city like it's their personal turf. And let's not forget the no snitching rule, because obviously, that's working out great. The cops have 0 leads, but don't worry, they're tossing out a cool $10,000 like that's going to solve all the problems. Yeah, because that's totally how it works. Someone's going to snitch for that payday. Because who doesn't want some easy money, especially when there are 0 consequences for staying quiet? It's the perfect plan, really. Throw money at it, and maybe someone will bite. Genius? Keep waiting for that miracle lead to show up. Oh, and don't even get me started on the culture here. A house party in Chicago? It's like strolling into the lion's den with a stake strapped to your back. You know it's risky, but people dive in head first like they've never heard of common sense. You've got the perfect cocktail for disaster. Weed, liquor, pills, and gang music blaring through the speakers. It's a ticking time bomb, and we sit here wondering why fights escalate into full-blown shootings. What else did we expect? These guys aren't there to dance, vibe, or have fun. Nah, they're there to flex and prove a point. Especially when there's a bunch of women around to impress. Classic move. Pull out a gun in the middle of a fight, just to let everyone know you're the man. Because, clearly, nothing screams confidence like pulling a weapon out during a fist fight. And the saddest part? This is normal around here. Respect? Forget it. These dudes don't respect their moms, the cops, or even themselves. You really think they're gonna care about some random house party? Nah, they're just waiting for the next reason to turn it into a shootout. Every corner of this city is like a minefield, and these parties, they're the fuse. It's not about having a good time anymore. It's about dominance, proving who's on top, who's got the clout. That's the reality in Chicago, though, where every social gathering is a potential crime scene waiting to happen. You could be out there just trying to have a good time, and the next thing you know, you're caught in the crossfire of someone else's ego trip. And the worst part? People act like it's just another day in the city. Gotta love it, right? It's a sick cycle, but it's one that keeps spinning. The police are really trying to figure out what's going on with this whole migrant situation. Apparently, they're convinced it's some kind of gang war, and this house was targeted for whatever reason. You know, because if there's one thing Chicago's known for, it's targeted house parties, right? Sounds like a real mystery. I mean, I guess that's the new go-to excuse for everything these days. Just blame it on the gang war, throw in a few vague details, and bam, case closed. But hey, don't just let them spoon-feed you the narrative that it's only black folks, Mexicans, and Hispanics out here causing chaos in the city. Nah fam, the migrants are out here doing wild stuff too. Yup, they've apparently come to join the party, and it's not just about a better life. Anymore, it's about turning up the violence. Great, just what we needed. And here's the kicker. People are really losing their lives over this nonsense. How tragic is that? We're all out here trying to survive, and these wild situations keep stacking up. So, in case you missed it, don't just listen to the mainstream narrative. Hit that subscribe button because you're going to want to keep up with the truth. It's your homie Truth here, telling you not to let them rewrite the story for you. Keep your eyes open, people. Things are getting real out here. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're alerted whenever a new video drops. It's completely free and helps out the channel tremendously. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.